in the right place at the right time. I think we are going to see ourselves starting off again. Welcome back, ROGIE versus Paella. ROGIE versus Paella. However you want to call them, I'm sure I'm going to get it wrong during the this class.
ROGIE?
ROGIE? Right, they are lining up. No, I wouldn't say that. They are lining up right now to to gather their updated weapons, and well, let's face it, we all know right now they're just gearing up with crit scan schemes. Yep. Here we go. Finally out of the gates and making their way to mid. See ya, getting right out there.
Yep, first few exchanges sort of happening here. Sizzle trying to keep pressure on the point to make sure the soldier stays back. Sort of both teams using that little roof there. First crit though. Oh, big crit, big crit. Just front, totally wiping their whole team with crits.
This is madness. There is nobody left alive. Entire team has been wiped out. That was
good play is all.
Just sacrificial. That I've never seen such insanity within the first few seconds.
Oh, Rockfish waiting on the top of the doorway there for a cheeky stab. Was noticed though, unfortunately.
Well,
seems the disguise did him in.
Nonetheless, managed to survive, dropped a fake corpse, and is fully prepared to go back out there, making a move, but not enough. Rockfish goes down.
Taking him out.
Here we are.
Yep, not much going on. Sort of just exchanging blows again.
Not seeing an engineer while we're talking about such things. Not seeing a sniper. It's only really Rockfish that is playing that.
Yeah. No engineer is certainly interesting, but neither of these teams really ran one before, so it's not unexpected. Seeing some cheeky bombs here with crits trying to get value. They do get value at least because they managed to kill their medic, which is huge.
Armado going down. Rory in a very strong position, although saying that, Frylock also takes a dive as well. Down to these classes, how much DM can they do on their own without having any kind of medical support?
And they sort of turned it around there, still holding the point, even without med.
Of course, they both have their meds back, whether through buy-ins or whether through simply playing correctly.
Trying on point there to deeper there on scout. Sort of trying to cap that point now with that extra cap speed. They do get it.
They definitely do get it.
There was behind the whole team there trying to get some value. Doesn't seem to work out for him though.
Well, I think now they are feeling pretty darn well good about their current situation. Spreading out a little bit, although ROGIE Force gathering themselves up, ready to make a push.
Indeed. Trying to get value there on the side, but unfortunately they don't really get much of all, as they just get taken out almost immediately by front pushing in. Armando killing Walkfish on point by the look of things.
Yeah, Walkfish not been as instrumental as expecting them to be. Certainly, I don't know whether it's the team they're facing at the moment or the map. I'm thinking maybe it's the map. Maybe this is not such a great place for a spy to be. Certainly, under these conditions.
Oh, misses the stab.
Wolfed that stab so badly.
Indeed. We do see a point exchange though. Both teams roughly equal times, about 20 seconds there currently in ROGIE's favor. Oh, Vector dying to a fall there. Front getting a crit on Jake as Sizzle just absolutely beams down front with the absolute beam that the Tomislav becomes firing speed upgrades.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen that in a little while. Oh, sorry, I am roguishly disrupted from my thought there by Wakish finally managing to get a stab in on Sia.
Indeed, Deeper coming around and killing front almost as soon as he started pushing up. Walkfish sort of playing low there. Seems he's going for a big stab. Does get the soldier, does not get med, but that gives all the time that Vexor needs with crits to take out both Sizzle and Jake.
Yeah, Vexor playing the pincer effect up on that that final last kill. It's enough to put them in a very solid position right now. Now, I wonder, the blue team spent a little time perhaps cashing in a few of their dollary dues, looking to try something else.
Seems so.
Bit of a bombing in action from Armado. My goodness me, while I was concentrating the other direction, Med goes
front
down.
Front just popping off here a little bit. Gillerick cleaning up on Armando there. Vexor sort of going back a little bit.
Yeah, these they've got to be feeling quite confident about this. Only sort of 10 seconds to hold this point for.
Yeah, Walkfish sort of catching his groove there, stopping Scout, who of course is the fastest, and it seems we're gonna just have this round go to ROGIE.
Nobody there to try and contest that. That's a really solid first round. Not the easiest, not a domination by any means or ways, but certainly enough to decide that they are the winners of that first point. An opportunity now to change things up. Is Wakish going to say spy? I'm struggling to say those phrases there, right there. This is their chance to change it. I think they should do.
They do seem still locked in on spy.
Well, we're not seeing any real class swap outs here. I think back to more of the same then. What can we see from ROGIE that is not what we've experienced from them just a few rounds ago?
Can Paella turn this around and get a cap on point, or will this be a shutout? We'll have to see.
Yep, this is a jump in, a crit style jump in.
Oh, Sizzle getting a great turn to stop Walkfish from getting the stab there. Just absolutely melting him with that extra speed. As Deepu runs in with crits and just melts through front. Vexor then killing Armando off to one side.
Here comes the Uber. They've definitely popped on points, but it's not really enough, and they're being separated now. My goodness me, Sizzle was taking no prisoners right there and very keen to utilize their skills. Goes in, Armada takes out Vexor.
Indeed. Great usage there from the blue heavy of the knockback rage.
Sorry, had to call it out. Crits were coming for fast and furious.
Indeed. And Walkfish getting his groove there as he gets a backstab on Sizzle. Running away then with the Dead Ringer as Armando just sort of sits on point and gets some cap time. Having no actual cap taken place so far.
No, that's weird. I genuinely thought that it had been captured a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought it would have already been capped, but basically from square one here still.
Yeah, Walkfish going down. Now, I genuinely believe that Walkfish bit of a powerhouse, but not really being utilized correctly by this team.
Indeed. I mean, he seemed to have struggled this game so far with the openness of the map. And also, well, I say that right as he gets a good stab on it.
Caster's Curse. Although it did seem more of an opportunistic stab than anything.
Oh, it's heavy!
Yep,
it's
okay.
Out too.
100% there. No matter what we say.
Yeah, of course, as soon as we say that, Walkfish is to prove us wrong. The exchange of Ubers here on point, it seems that we might see ROGIE actually cap it now, get some time on the clock, as Deepu and Davidson are both picked up. Walkfish, again in his groove, gets another backstab. Another backstab takes out Armando.
That's gotta hurt. Armando is not going to be happy about that. That came out of nowhere. Walkfish just running around like a scout and encounters a scout, and Scout must have just had that moment of, my goodness me, what a handsome scout.
And he goes to pick off heavy, gets it.
Takes out Sizzle as well. That's one and the same. My apologies, but yes, we are seeing a little bit of action. Walkfish now finally down.
Too much there against a bunch of splash.
Here's an Uber. Jumping in on point. Can it be effective? Jake Davidson goes down.
Yeah,
that is exactly what they were hoping for.
Vexor going for a bomb here, maybe hoping to get some value through that. Does manage to take out Deepu as Walkfish backstabs Sizzle in the background.
Crits.
Crit canteen there from Armando. Gets three.
4.
Medic included, make that 4. Dies on top of Walkfish's head.
You're gonna die somewhere. Die somewhere classy.
Indeed. It does seem the point is exchanging here as Paella caps it. Red team reconvening here as Walkfish sort of continues to prod up front. Does die to Deeproot, getting a good meat shot on him.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to be gained from that particular play right there. Walkfish strat seems to be causing disruption and hoping that something useful happens from it. Speaking of causing distraction or destruction.
3 crit canteens all going off at once.
And in fact, I think that was that an Uber canteen or was that just an actual Uber?
That was an Uber canteen. Deeproot popped an Uber canteen and takes down Frylock, which is a big pick here. But it doesn't seem to be quite enough as the point's going to exchange again. And
yeah, I think they may have forgotten that for a moment after them being Uber, they weren't actually invulnerable anymore and decided to just try their luck against 2 other players. It really wasn't going to go well for them. A hydration coming in on chat right now. It gives us an opportunity to sup from our delicious drinkage, which is great because we see another pause.
And apparently because of keyboard issues. Someone might have been smashing theirs too hard.
Quite possibly in frustration or joy, we do not know. Angry sounds coming from our players. Indeed, back we are again, slippery slidey players on points. These teams both having an opportunity to do a little bit of quick strategizing as we see only really a minute left for either one of these teams.
Yeah, not much time for them to do much here. It is currently in ROGIE's favor, so Paella does need to push up, which they are doing. ROGIE sort of pulling back a bit and letting him get that space. Deeproot running up a little. Walkfish gets a big stab on the demo.
So you're going down. That was not a nice feeling, I'm sure.
Calls for another pause. Or nope. It's just STV being slow.
STV is a bit of a weirdo, but let it be. And I'm sure it'll work itself out. Right. Speaking of...
Deeproot just falling from the sky there.
That was like a million miles up. They must have almost fallen from heaven. Armado
popping a crit
coming in. Frylock is the unfortunate recipient of said crits.
Indeed, the red medic there, the blue medic there, accidentally hitting Walkfish and triggering his dead ringer while he was aiming for Soldier.
Well, I'm seeing plenty of money on the ground, which is something that needs to be picked up if these teams are going to make any kind of real use of it.
Absolutely. Front getting a good medic pick there. Critsing with crit stickies, man. Absolutely lethal.
This does seem to be a game about crits. If the once you've removed the possibilities, the madness that comes from having an engineer building sentry guns up out of nowhere, storing them in the wazoo place and forming them into perfectly formed pieces of engineering beauty in the blink of an eye. Once you've got rid of that, it's all about the Ubers, it's all about the crits, and it's all about utilizing just the unnaturalness of Man of War to the ultimate stage as soon as humanly possible.
Oh, Frylock popping crits and getting a crit shot on the enemy med with the crossbow.
They
their team
more though. Yep, they needed more. They needed to be able to do so much more to be able to secure that point for themselves. It's actually flipped the other way. It's gone to the pool of Paella, which is possibly the worst use of an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's certainly going to go cold by the time you and your friends have made your way into the shallow ends. But let's hope that more use of time and money will be utilized by both of these, or either one of these teams, as we see the gates being ready to open and them being ready to rush out. Here they come.
You have to wonder if they'll invest in crit resistance now with all the extra money.
That would be a very good use. My goodness me, I can see your mind working, sir, from here.
Certainly hope so. Sizzle trying to get that value from his absolute beam of a Tomislav.
Ooh.
Getting dove there by Vexor. And it seems that he did invest in crit resistance as Sizzle just totally shuts him down. Armando critting front there as well. And it seems that Paella just gets a total sweep.
That is a clean and decisive, destructive force pushing their way through the frontier face of ROGIE. They are left with nothing. But they're not going to take this sitting down. They are moving out now as a gigantic force of anger into what is surely a team that's ready for them.
Absolutely. Walkfish trying to get some value there. Not really succeeding, having the Dead Ringer out. Sort of playing off to the side of the point here. Dying to Sizzle there. As Frylock has to pull back a bit from a stray rocket. And fortunately walks directly into a crit rocket. Followed directly by a crit heavy. Frylock and front going down.
Yep, these teams are a bit scrappy at the moment, not quite able to do what they were in the last closing moments of the previous match. They are now trying to figure out how it is they're going to be able to get themselves back on that timer. Paella looking very comfortable.
Absolutely. They have a lot more time on the clock right now as ROGIE hasn't even managed to get a cap yet. They did build an Uber there, I don't know if you saw, with the Boston Basher. So hopefully they can get some value out of that.
Still at least 30% disad. Walkfish trying to do something here. Don't know if they're going to make a move. Haven't seen them get anywhere useful yet.
Yeah, Deeproo making good use of crit canteens there to kill Vexor on the flank. More fighting in the back here though. Front actually like all by himself mostly. Having to use an Uber just to save him.
Yeah, both Ubers, both teams utilizing their Ubers, but Paella has theirs significantly longer. Not really getting the kills in on either side though.
Getting value.
Nope. Armada making a move, trying to do something. Not really seeing anything. Sizzle
of course,
doing
as we
work though. Deeproo finishing up, cleaning up some of the ROGIE underwear is gonna be a little bit dirty right now. These fellows are not in a good way.
And I mean, Paella's in a super comfortable position right now. They have 2 minutes there. Oh, and a nasty sticky trap on Vexor. Absolutely dirty.
Grim as it comes. They are in so much love right now with this point.
Yeah, actually see a swap from Walkfish over to Heavy. I don't know if it'll be an. I mean, I suppose it'll be good to hold the point here.
Possibly to take it. They've got to do something. The time is running out for them. They have nothing to stand to say for themselves. They've not held up at all in any real way. Losing this second point. I mean, it went 2-1. I think it's probably one of the closest matches we've seen so far in terms of scoreboards.
It seemed like ROGIE really had like good momentum in the early because they were doing really well at the beginning, and towards